Greetings, good people. Welcome back to the channel. All right, another Wendy Williams video, okay? So, the woman who previously represented her, or who was previously her lawyer, is accusing a judge of refusing to let her, the lawyer, speak to Wendy Williams regarding this whole Wells Fargo situation. The Wells Fargo situation is not over. It appears that documents have been sealed to keep us nosy folk out of Wendy and Wells Fargo's business, but it is far from over, right? So the lawyer who at one point, represented Wendy Williams in her battle against Wells Fargo accused the court of threatening to report her to the Florida bar if she communicated with Wendy Williams. Now, this was according to Radar Online. So last year, Wendy Williams, she hired an attorney, LaShawn Thomas, to help her battle Wells Fargo, okay? The entertainer, she accused the bank of freezing her accounts and refusing to let her touch her money. You guys remember this all played out in the media. Wendy said that, she was unable to pay her bills and staff due to the bank's actions. She believed that her ex-financial advisor, Lori Schiller, had told the bank that she was potentially the victim of financial exploitation. Now, Wendy denied the accusations and demanded her money publicly and privately in court. Wells Fargo, they refused to unfreeze the accounts and asked the court to appoint a guardian to make a decision on behalf of Wendy, right? The judge ended up sealing the case, which is still being fought in New York. Wendy, she brought on LaShawn to assist with the matter. Now, many people questioned, why Wendy Williams would hire a lawyer with ties to her ex-husband, Kevin Hunter. Now, in the Hollywood Reporter's expose, I encourage you guys to read that. I read some parts of it. It's very, very detailed, and it's just a lot. Anyway, in the Hollywood Reporter's expose on Wendy, they reported that LaShawn was prohibited from working on the case due to a conflict of interest. Now, LaShawn is coming out and saying basically what happened behind the scenes. She said ain't no conflict of interest, okay? And what I'm going to be going into is the US Sun, their article. Baby, LaShawn said that there is no conflict of interest. She is spilling all of the tea. She's basically talking about what took place when she accompanied Wendy to Wells Fargo to try to get access to, her account. So LaShawn Thomas, she exclusively told the U.S. Sun in a conversation earlier this year about a tense visit to a Wells Fargo branch in Florida with her then client just days before the host's account was frozen. Okay, you see LaShawn there in between the two Wendy pictures. Okay, LaShawn admits that she is no longer working with the star and that she has remained on as an attorney for Wendy's ex-husband, Kelvin Hunter. So she's still Kevin's attorney. When asked if anything untoward, whatever that word is, had happened with Wendy's accounts before they were frozen, the attorney laid out the following interaction at one of the bank's brokerage offices in Florida in January. This is a lot, so get ready, right? She denied that there was any issue of financial exploitation, which had been raised as a concern by the bank in court papers. LaShawn claimed to the U.S. Sun, quote, I met Wendy at the Wells Fargo branch. We went into the Wells Fargo branch and we spoke to the branch manager. We told him what was going on, end quote. Now, the attorney said that the 58-year-old talk show host, Wendy, her son, Kevin Jr. was there. He was 22 at the time, and he was also present at the bank visit. Anyway, LaShawn said that they had, as of yet, been unable to get a hold of Wendy's bank statements, which were being mailed directly to her New York residence. Okay, her son also wanted to set up online banking for his mother while she was staying in Florida. Okay, so LaShawn says Wendy said that she wanted to get access to the account, and she said that the bank manager had told her, well, we don't do that in this retail branch. That's the Wells Fargo advisors. Let me see if I can get somebody on the line. So the son tried to set up, online banking at that particular branch in Florida. Whoever told her, we don't do that at this branch, which I find awkward. And they said that that's something that the advisor would have to do. Let me see if I can get Lori on the line. Okay. LaShawn continued to claim that he called Lori Schiller's, Wendy's longtime financial advisor. He went into another room and had a conversation with Lori and came out. He said Lori was willing to talk to Wendy, but that she doesn't want anybody else in the room when she talks to Wendy. So Wendy said, no, why can't she talk to me with my attorney? I can understand if my son has to leave out of the room, but I want to keep my attorney here. Okay, this is what Wendy is saying. LaShawn went on to say, and Lori said, no, I want to talk to Wendy alone. And if Wendy doesn't want to talk to her alone, Lori wouldn't talk to Wendy. This is what LaShawn is telling the son. So Lori didn't want anybody in the room while she had a conversation with Wendy, not even Wendy's attorney at the time. Now, this is a Wells Fargo financial advisor, and your client's attorney, your client and your client's attorney wants to be present during a conversation, and you tell your client, no, your attorney can't be present. That's interesting. The trio then left the bank empty-handed. A source confirmed the interaction and said that it had caused concern as it was unusual for Wendy to come into a brokerage office with people in tow and ask for access to her accounts. The branch was also not where Wendy would typically have conducted business, which is back in New York. Right, I understand that, but if she's in Florida and she has a residence in Florida and she's in Florida at the time, she should be able to do business with her bank wherever, but maybe not. In a lengthy statement, which LaShawn posted to Instagram on Thursday, she alleged that she is being barred from being in contact with Wendy and blew off any allegations that there was a conflict of interest in her remaining on the case involving Wells Fargo. Let me pause here. When I was reading the first article, or a different article, I said, how is that a conflict of interest when she is no longer married to Kevin Hunter? I don't know. Maybe, the laws are different in every state, but I thought that that was really interesting. How is that a conflict of interest? But whatever. The statement began. This is what LaShawn wrote to her Instagram. To be clear, there was never a conflict of interest. The judge and Wells Fargo did not want me on the case because I couldn't be bought. Ooh. I would never stand by and watch my client be taken advantage of. So they did everything to get me out of the picture, including threatening to report me to the Florida bar if I communicate with my client. Yikes. Their goal was to get Wendy back to New York to control her when Wendy was doing well in Florida with her son. She was on the mend, seeing her doctors every day, exercising, and having coherent conversations. The person you see today is vastly different from the person you saw in videos in Florida. She has been isolated, and I've done everything in my power to assist her. I have been impeded in my attempts to communicate with Wendy by the court. They don't want us to see a healthy Wendy, hence the court's threats to sanction me if I spoke to the media or Wendy. LaShawn then praised the TV host's ex-husband, Kevin, and his success at Wendy's daytime talk show. When asked for comment about the attorney's allegations, a Wells Fargo rep directed the U.S. Sun to their previous statements, which is, we deny any allegations of improper actions with respect to Ms. Williams' accounts. The financial well-being of our clients is at the heart of everything we do. Another statement issued at the time by the bank added, Wells Fargo's priority is the financial well-being of Miss Williams and the preservation of her privacy. Wendy's manager, Will Selby, who is this guy that everybody is questioning. Years ago, there were rumors that they were dating. He was her jeweler at one point and now is her quote-unquote manager and is supposed to be orchestrating this Wendy Williams Experience podcast. I got my eye on him. Wendy's manager, Will Selby, told the U.S. Sun, I don't know LaShawn personally. I've never met with LaShawn, and I've only been dealing with certain individuals pertaining to the court and Wendy's Wells Fargo account. Now that's very, very, very interesting. So it just seems like all of the information is coming out now. I still have an eerie feeling about all of these little details being revealed. Wendy Williams is not in a frame of mind where she can actually speak out against these allegations, if you want to call them that, I guess. And I just think that everybody that's speaking out is taking advantage of the fact that Wendy can't really, she's not in a frame of mind where she can kind of confirm or deny or give a clear and concise response to any of these allegations. As far as the LaShawn Thomas, at this point, I don't even know who the hell Wendy can trust, right? I don't know who the heck Wendy can trust. I don't know who's for her, who's against her. I'm curious to know in what capacity is Will helping Wendy regarding this Wells Fargo situation. Would you not appoint someone who is privy to all things Wendy, the Wendy brand, your accounts and your money? It seems like Will, I don't know, where did he come from and how is he having communication with Wells Fargo and the courts regarding her money, but LaShawn Thomas is being barred? Is it because of her association with Kevin, the ex-husband? I don't know. A lot of people have been placing the blame all over the place, and I think that this is one of the objectives of all of this hitting the media, you know, them finding alcohol bottles in the studio or in her office in the ceilings, and, you know, her being incoherent when she's home and via Zoom meetings. All of these things are coming out, I think, to kind of confuse her fans. And, you know, some of her fans don't know who to trust, you know, who, it's just, you don't know where to even go or even what to think. All in all, it's just a sad situation. And I have an eerie feeling. I've said that in my previous videos. If you haven't, you know, watched those, check those out. I just have an eerie feeling, and I'll never forget August 17th. Several articles came out in that one day about Wendy Williams and what used to happen, you know, on the set or behind the scenes of the set of her show. And now it just seems to be rolling over into this week. I'm continuing to just wish good health and strength on Wendy. I really hope that anyone who is taking advantage of her, I hope that they're exposed and dealt with. And as far as Wendy's concerned, I really just hope that she's surrounded by people who can actually help her, and she herself is in a frame of mind where she knows what's going on, number one, because I don't think she really has a clear understanding of what's going on, whether that has to do with her thyroid disease or anything else going on or any mood altering substances. We don't know, but it's clear that she doesn't seem to have a clear comprehension of what's going on when we see her out and about. That's just my opinion. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Do you think that LaShawn Thomas should have been banned from speaking to Wendy? Do you think possibly she might have been trying to take advantage of Wendy because she's affiliated with Kevin Hunter? I know a lot of people still think that Kevin Hunter has something to do with this and he's trying to take her out to get her money. And I will say this. I don't know if it's true or false, but anything is possible when it comes to human beings, right? All right, so I'm signing off. I can't wait to read your comments. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Let me know what you think. I love you for watching, as always. Until next time, peace.